It's week 3 of the NFL, and we're going to see Travis Etienne. He was terrific a week ago, almost getting to 180 yards. It's the Jaguars and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This defense for the Jags, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you got to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 52 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit, because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9. The second down throw now from Stroud. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now throwing on 3rd down, but he cannot connect.
Well, first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter, Johnston, now, as he sends this one away. Oh, nice move. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. 25 yards there in the catch and run.
Rivers, one of the game's brightest young stars in 2020, hasn't played since early in the 2021 season. But Jacksonville made a low-cost move to bring him in and see if he can return to the game with the form he once had.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Lawrence to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 6. They're all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now,
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. You look at this Jaguar defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that production.
Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
King going to look to bring it out. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the side.
There he goes, right side. Off to the races. Running free at the 45. And down to the 7-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two,
and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Damian Pierce, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this up to the 39. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. The Jaguars at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And this one's incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. Lawrence. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. 15 yards there for number 15.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns.
And that's what Trevor Lawrence I remember coming out of college. Never afraid to tuck the ball and go. People were covered downfield. 2 scores as a rookie, 5 last year. He knows when it's time to take off and put it in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now Lawrence on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Will Anderson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
What a play by Anderson, and that's really the expectation for him. Number 3 overall pick, one of the best pass rushers in Alabama history. He's the type of player Houston expects to be an all-timer for their defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Stroud now on 2nd down. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. Okay, that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And this will be a Texans first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Stroud off the play fake. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is. It starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them. But they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Agnew now to return. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. On first down, Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. He's on his way across midfield. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston set to take over. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
No. Bronco switch.
And Stroud now to throw. Quick slant here to Woods. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. It's caught downfield by Mechie. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie. 64 yards. And the Texans are able to at least get one score back. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Lawrence to throw. Flushed out right. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown! Christian Kirk, 40 yards. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Stroud on third down now. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So we hit the halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, let's go.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Another tote for Etienne. Gets around him. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. First down, here's Mitchell. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now we look now at their selections from this last draft. And, Charles, one thing that they were just unanimous in telling us is that they had their eyes on certain guys. They didn't think that they would get all of them, but they feel like they pretty much got everyone that they wanted. That's a rarity.
They never tipped their hand to the rest of the league either, Brandon, because what they did was they had the guys that they targeted, kept it close to the vest. They did have a few tense moments in the draft room, though, waiting for those guys to fall to them because they really didn't go after them. And that's part of the allure of the draft to so many viewers. Chess matches playing out between 32 teams. And this one, they feel like they got a checkmate on this one.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Let's go, man.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
23 yards the pickup there. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is...
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose.
Well, fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground with Pierce.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Got his man, Dell.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Well, first down there on a pickup at 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside. From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 6.
11. Hey, gun.
Here's Lawrence. He'll get this to Nwangu.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Lawrence.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Now Lawrence. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
13, Lou.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal.
Easy, route. Take right, open. Here we go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Texans defense stands tall. And now out comes Houston. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Jags and Christian Kirk making their way back out on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion.
That one, though, falls incomplete.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Zay Jones, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And Woods has it complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Now Etienne to start the drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
75 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a 1st down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They go play action now. Lawrence. They're looking for Cook, but this pass is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Devin Lloyd
came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second and 5.
Hey, I'm gun.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Lion. Go, let's go. Hey, kill. 13, Luke.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this off to ETN.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. King going to look to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Stroud. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American.
And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more there is.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Take right open. Go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And now before we get to the extra point. Remember, all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Again on second down, it's Stroud. Right side completes to Mechie.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Stroud to throw it. That is caught by Dell. Room to maneuver at the 35. He may go.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage.